What's poppin', everybody? Another week, another vlog, and I just arrived in Paris. So like even I said last week I was in Paris, I was like, I really do not want to return to here. This time at least they didn't charge me with that nice little 60 € fine. But basically what happened is that because of the strikes, I can't go anywhere else because this is impossible to find a train that goes anywhere towards the south, which is where I'd like to go. So I'm pretty much forced to go to Paris. But with that being said, it's just a big city. So I've already lined up quite a few museums which I'll be going to, and I'll be taking you guys on the way. It's actually quite a bright day, like it's kind of sunny, but it's also raining at the same time. So let's see what the weather's like. Alright guys, so the weather actually was raining for a bit, then I stayed inside the station, and now it's actually really beautiful outside. But actually I just entered this massive square, and one of the cathedrals, I guess it's a cathedral, it's called the Forum of the Halls, but it's clearly a cathedral, is just here on the square. I'll show you guys the actual square in a second, but check this out. It's a very large cathedral, and if you look behind me, you can see the massive organs. So the lighting here is impeccable. It's way better than the other cathedrals I've been to. So luckily you guys can see, look at the stained glass just behind me there. Let me see if I can get a nice focus on it. I cannot, but yeah, I'll just like give you guys a quick little run around, even though you guys saw most of it already. But look at how high this ceiling is. It's a really impressive building. Yeah, must be a cathedral. Like I said, guys, it's a massive square, and I got the 0.5 to hopefully show you guys a better idea of what we're looking at. So you see behind me, we have the cathedral. It's interesting that it's not like having a name or anything. I think it's called, actually I think it's called the Church of Saint Estelle or something like that. And then just to my side, you see an interesting statue of a head. And then actually you have what seems to be like the firefighters going through some briefings, maybe with respect to the building, because you definitely have some interesting fire codes that exist when you have such massive buildings. And yeah, one last thing that I'll quickly show you guys. Well, it's basically just a massive garden here. So if I can get past where these trees are blocking it, you'll see that all to my sides you have gardens, and actually like what looks to be cherry blossoms. I'm not sure how those are out already in March. And then behind me there, you see it's like a cool wave kind of building. I'm not sure what it is. It might be a shopping mall. And then behind me there, you have another interesting building. So it's a really cool square. All right, guys, I'm still in the square, and we have another really impressive building. I think you might have just been able to see in the background from the last video, but basically it looks to be a pretty big shopping mall. You can see it has like a weird roof, or actually kind of cool waves design roof. And then if you approach it, it goes down underground. So it's not vertically tall, but it looks to be like it goes quite a few stories underground. You can see the H&M killer stores, but it's an interesting design for a mall. And I'm not sure what it is, guys, but it looks to be like a weird Netflix kind of TV box. So you see it right there, just behind me. It's a Netflix ad, or I thought it was a movie theater, but it's written Emily in Paris on there. So I know that's a really popular show that's in Paris. So yeah, anyways. All right, guys, I'm giving you too many videos about this mall, but I just realized that there's a Lego store here. Check all that out. That snake probably goes to the second floor. I'm not gonna go inside, and look, it's a Notre Dame Cathedral. Sorry guys, I'm about to zoom back. But that's the Notre Dame Cathedral. I forgot to bring my Lego passport. You guys might have seen, Arc de Triomphe also, by the way. You guys might have seen in my last vlog that I had the Lego passport. Actually, I'm gonna get another Lego passport. Or should I? I don't know, I'm gonna stay here for the time being. I wonder, okay, it's actually only 1 story tall, so that snake that you guys saw only goes up to 1. But if it's still open by the time I come back, I'll get another Lego passport and get the stamp, because I forgot mine at home. Alright guys, so quick update. I'm at the Seine River, just arrived, so basically mid-city. And I just passed, I believe, what is the town hall of the entire city. And I saw a few Olympic rings, which I think are there for the 2024 Olympics, so it's kind of cool to see that. I'm gonna start crossing the road here, but more importantly, I mean, I'm gonna try to get there later, but since the museum, which I'd like to see, closes soon, I'm gonna head there first. So basically, it's a museum. If you guys remember during my first Paris vlog, it's the same place I went, which is the dungeon where Marie Antoinette was locked up in during the French Revolution. And I said that I wanted to show you guys a view from the river, because I only showed you guys a view from the street. So I'm gonna show you guys that view right now. There's 2 buses blocking it, so I'm gonna have to stall for 2 seconds. But in the meantime, you can see that we are most definitely at the river, and even where we said that Notre Dame too, which is under construction, of course. That one I've already shown you, so I won't bother. But finally, we're past the 2 buses, which are just there. But you can see, so that is, those are the 2, like, that's the entire massive castle where she was imprisoned. And that's part of a museum with also there's also another basilic, which has like the most beautiful stained glass in all of Paris. So apparently you have to reserve in advance, but I'm gonna go check if I can get it. Alright guys, looks like for one of them the line is too long. It's way up to there, and apparently the last access is at 4 o'clock, which is 4 o'clock right now. So I'm gonna go to the one which is right beside it. So that was the cathedral with all the beautiful stained glass, so you can imagine why there's such a big line. I'm gonna go now and try to see if I can get into the dungeon where Marie Antoinette was jailed. Alright guys, check it out. It's a cool design here. I just got inside. I got my passport ready because that's how I can have access to the museum for free. So I'm about to get inside. Alright guys, so this is kind of gonna be sketched to show you, but basically what's going on is, well, currently I'm in the kitchen of the palace. This is where all the servants would have cooked food for the big kings and stuff. In 1378, at least, that's when this model on the iPad, which I'm going to show you shortly, was made. It used to be 2 stories, but like I just said, so now it's only 1 story. I guess they removed the 2nd story. But basically how this museum works is each room you go, you scan this box here, and it brings you into the room as it was during the time. So you'll see it moves with the room, and for example here, you'll see all the food on the plate, and you can even touch it. And then it like shows you information. So I've never been in a museum like this. It's kind of cool. Each room has that feature. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. We're currently in the kitchen. Unfortunately, it's kind of empty. That's why they have the iPads to show you what's going on. So it'll be kind of hard to show you guys from my phone onto this phone. So guys, I'm leaving the kitchen now, but a few cool facts I learned. First of all of the staff were male in the kitchens, and there were 70 of them just in this room that I'm just leaving. So they all had a specific role. They only did one thing. Kind of like a production line, I guess. And then here it's talking about so I think this might have been the time while France was under the control of the British Empire, because it's saying that Charles V, one of his head chefs, was the first person to ever write a recipe book that had an author. So it's kind of interesting, and you can actually look at his recipe book, like the translation of it, and it's talking about fried salmon, I don't know, like stir-fried meat or something like that. It's pretty cool.